I really hope that the degree that I get here will still hold value because I put in the work.
I would worry a little bit.
I think I'll be okay.
We have breaking news. The Trump administration canceling $400 million worth of grants and contracts for Columbia University.
Yesterday was the first day of the semester and the anti-Semites are at it again. They stormed a class and passed out basically Nazi flyers showing a boot on the Star of David. You think a boot on the Star of David is a hateful symbol?
No, I don't think the boot on a star.
Not a hateful symbol.
I'm Israeli.
And you don't think a boot on the Star of
I think that this is America and people have freedom of speech.
Have you seen the flyer with the boot on the Star of David?
I don't think Zionism is anti-Semitism.
A boot on the Star of David, that's not anti-Semitism? That's not racist.
Racism? No. Racism is prejudice against a race. That is
Ashkenazi Jews, not a race?
That's debatable.
Where do you think the anti-Semitism on your campus comes from?
I think it's always been there. I think people just have an excuse to be open about it. It's embarrassing, really. It's super embarrassing.
Since last we spoke, Manoush Shafiq was ousted and you've got an interim president. Do you think the interim president is doing any better?
I mean, I haven't seen her do anything about what happened yesterday, so.
They sent out a strongly worded statement.
Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, they send email statements all the time, but when nothing gets done.
Do you actually have real evidence that he's pro-Hamas?
He celebrated the October 7th terror attacks.
What do you mean by celebrated? He went online and said, I am actively celebrating this.
We buy their domain names, like firstnamelastname.com, set up profile pages explaining what they've done.
I don't think it's too aggressive. I mean, you're well within your rights to do that, and I actually think it's really funny.
The radical pro-Hamas students on this campus, are they aware of us?
I think they're afraid a little bit.
You think they're afraid of us?
I think so.
Jackie Orr is an adjunct professor at Columbia University, and last week, when the pro-Hamas radicals once again took over a building, sending a staffer to the hospital, she reportedly acted as a facilitator for these pro-Hamas radicals as they negotiated with the administration.
Those students in there are taking risks.
A colleague
and I am here
was assaulted
because
on
they are
campus
taking
today,
according to the media. Dude, that is not the
So you
frame of the
deny that?
question.
We decided to send a mobile billboard to her community and let her neighbors know the kind of person they're living with.
This guy just attacked our mobile billboard. He just picked it, and he's in this apartment building. We see him right now.
Thank you for everything, and I might get in trouble for saying thank you, but thank you.
Would you like to see the federal government act on this? The Senate has a bill right now. Would you like to see the feds do something?
I would, yeah. I'm hoping that they do. I mean, as an individual, I feel very helpless.
We're sending $1 billion annually to Columbia University, America's most anti-Semitic university.
Oh, I don't.
Why?
I've got other things I need to talk about right now.
Why should the taxpayers have to pay for that?
Are taxpayers sending $1 billion to
The
Columbia?
federal government alone, $1 billion to Columbia. Why?
I mean, that's a decision I think we're going to have to make. Thank you.
But who's going to have to make? Don't you get to make that decision, Congressman? These universities are out of control with racism and violence. Why are we funding them with federal tax dollars?
Ask Elon Musk.
Ask Elon Musk. I'll get right on that. How many Jews do the other schools have to beat up to get that much cash? What's the deal?
Hadn't even thought about that.
Hadn't thought about it.
We sent a letter to all of those universities asking them why it is that they don't stop it. So we're waiting on an answer back from their governors.
They're going to bring down one paper cut at a time. What about taxing their endowments?
Listen, I think that everything should be on the table. Everything should be on the table and the menu can't.
Taking away their accreditations?
I think everything should be on the table.
We need to take the money away.
Are you going to do that next session?
You bet I would.
Why do we have to send so much of our money to the leading?
$1 billion go towards, do you know?
A lot of it's research, some of it's grants.
Well, give me some examples so I know what you're talking about.
Well, literally, you could look at the numbers. It's roughly 1.2
Well, I can't
billion.
respond. If you don't tell me the numbers, I can't respond.
I'm not the one who voted for it. Why are we funding such an anti-Semitic university?
How about the CCHA?
No one in America follows the
Who's
CCHA.
gonna win the CCHA?
No one cares.
Yes, they do.
Why are we sending $1
the
billion
state of
to
hockey.
Columbia? Should the students at Columbia be wearing hockey pads to protect themselves from the anti-Semites?
Go Bulldogs.
Well, are you guys going to cut their funding, cut accreditations? Can we hopefully see that?
Hey, I would like to see that, and let's get rid of the Department of Education while we're at it.
Here, here.